Welcome. Yet another Moonfire Faire is upon us, the yearly summer fair organized by the Adventurers Guild. Moonfire Faire is happening right now and will last until the morning of August 26th. To complete this event, you will need to have at least one combat class or job at level 30 or above. You can pick up and complete the quests on any class, including crafters and gatherers, in case you want to get that smidgen of experience for one of those. But you will need to be in a combat class to do the fate. More on this later. I would hope that if you are level 30, you would at least have reached the level 15 quest, Call of the Sea, in the MSQ. You probably also should be up to the level 20 MSQ quest, The Company You Keep, and have completed the side quest, My Little Chocobo. If you don't know, the MSQ is the main storyline in Final Fantasy XIV that unlocks the majority of the content. In short, if you see a quest with this symbol, do it! Go to the Aft Castle in Limsa Lominsa and pick up the quest Unreasonable Chills from Mayoru Moiru, who you might have met last year. According to him, Mr. Gejiruju is requesting the creation of an icy cold dessert so we can all keep cool in the summer sun. I wonder if it's ice cream. So he sends you to the Isle of Endless Summer near Costa del Sol. You can teleport to the Aetheryte, or you can take the ferry by the Fishers Guild. When you get out on the island and talk to Hagmaga, Hermano, you find out the dessert has been delayed because the shipment of ice is late. Ice? Maybe it's a snow cone. He tells you to go see Problemo, who is eagerly awaiting the shipment at the beach. So you meet Problemo on the beach, and she relays to you the whole story of how Gejidudu wanted the guild to make the finest frozen dessert ever. Anyway, the confectioner in charge of making it insisted on using the finest ice from the North Seas. You know, ice is just frozen water, H2O. Maybe you could have asked a black mage to make you some, or even a blue mage. To make a long story short, the confectioner's ship has not been seen since she left, and she is feared dead. But speak of the devil, or Lalafell, someone spots a drowning victim, and these three, who always seem to be here, run out to help her. She is brought back to shore by the guy with the mullet, and you help revive her. This is Nikiki, our missing confectioner. Her boat sank on the way back to Costa del Sol, and she thanks you for rescuing her. I told you it wasn't me, it was the guy with the mullet. I think his name was Fairgoer.
Sounds Swedish.
Suddenly you are surprised by 3 large bears, who I guess were just standing there the whole time. How did I not notice them before? I guess they were barely noticeable. Seems there is more to this than a mysterious boat accident. Apparently an ice bombard stowed away on the ship and blew it up. Nikiki is afraid it may have followed her and will attack the beachgoers, so Problemo assures her that you can handle it. Aww. Anyway, you go back to Hermano and tell him the situation, but then 2 of the shark hunters from last year show up, Thracy and Bago, and look who's with them, it's Ramaja and Raful. I guess now that you have an elite team of bombard fighters and Raful, all you can do now is wait. And wait. And wait. You know the fate is about to start when some crates appear on the shore and people run to go check them out. Followed then by the shark hunters, bombard busters, telling the people to let them handle it. Remember when I said, apparently these creatures haven't been seen in a while? Well, they seem to be making a comeback. Several small bombards will appear that cannot be targeted. Don't worry about them, your friends will handle it. Then a larger one will appear. This is the one you need to defeat. but you need to wait a bit before you can target it. This is a pretty basic combat fate, so you may want your Chocobo companion out. Just attack the Ice Bombard with your favorite combat class. When you see these orange circles on the ground, get out of them. If you don't know already, these bright orange marks are used throughout the game to warn you of a coming attack, and are often called ground telegraphs. In most cases, you won't get hurt by the coming attack until they disappear. When you see them, immediately leave the area. Once they disappear, in most cases, you can re-enter that area and be safe. You usually only get hurt if you are standing on them as they disappear. There are times, though, when something harmful is left behind, and you don't want to step on that. But that's not in this fight. At least once during the fight, the Bombard becomes immune to damage, and several ice sprites appear around it, tethered with purple strings. You need to vanquish these sprites in order to do any further damage to the Bombard. This may happen more than once if the fight takes longer, but I'm not sure. When the Ice Bombard is defeated, you will be rewarded with some Faire vouchers. You can do the fate as much as you want, now or after you finish the quests, if you need more vouchers. So turn in this quest with Nikiki for some gil and a little experience. Then pick up the next quest from her, a treat to beat the heat. So while Kiki is working on the dessert, she wants you to call everyone together to sample it. I hope it's frozen yogurt. I love frozen yogurt.
What's a food that people think they enjoy, but that's also kind of a bummer?
Frozen yogurt.
Shut up, you stupid robot girl. So you just need to talk to Hermano, Problemo, and even Master Reggie Juju over by Costa del Sol in his usual place. If you can't fly yet, you will probably have to traverse the various steps and piers to find him. When you get back to Kiki, it's time for the big reveal. Wait, what? That's not frozen yogurt or ice cream. It's not even a snow cone or a popsicle. That's just an ice cube with on it.
Disappointed!
Well, at least the bears learned a new trick. After everyone enjoys the dessert, Kiki takes you aside to thank you and tell you that one of the bears wants to join you in your life as an adventurer. Alright, but you're gonna want to get some shoes on. You can't be traipsing across the world in only your bare feet. When you turn in, you get a little experience, an achievement, and a horn. Using the horn gives you the polar bear as your very own personal mount. Yes, she has the giant snowflake action, so you can let everyone know you're a giant snowflake. Don't worry if you've not unlocked mounts yet. If you use the horn, it should be waiting for you when you do unlock them. When you complete the quest, the Moonfire Farire vendor opens for business. There are 3 housing items to buy. The Moonfire Mask Stall is an outdoor item, so you must have a house to use it. The other 2 are food items, meaning when you first place them, they have 10 uses that give you a buff. And after you eat it once, you can't remove it without destroying it. The Costa del Hilo is the dessert that Kiki made. Helio is the Spanish word for ice. It has a cool mist effect coming off of it, kind of like dry ice. The grilled corn looks like it's supposed to be elote, or Mexican street corn, but the lack of detail makes it hard to tell for sure. Watch out, it's hot. This can be dyed to change the color of the plate, but you can't use any metallic colors. There are also the usual fireworks available. 1 voucher for a stack of 10. So that's 5 for each housing items, and 8 vouchers for the fireworks, so you'd spend a total of 23 to get 1 of everything. If you happen to have Faire vouchers from previous years, you cannot use them, even though they look identical to the current ones. Besides all that, you can wander around the island and see what NPCs have shown up. These vary depending on the content you have completed. And of course there are the fireworks shows. As usual, I enjoyed the story this year, and the mount is very cute. I personally prefer holiday fates to be something special besides straight combat, but it's fine for what it is. It's weird that even when fates don't involve any combat, they still require you to be in a combat class. My biggest complaint, as usual, is that Moonfire Farire has no Faire to speak of. After the quests, there is little else to do, even with all the NPCs showing up. They just stand around in their respective groups and talk amongst their friends, much like a junior high dance. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Goodbye.